It's time to speak your mind and speak easy with Sheila and Denise.
Yay! Here we are. We made it. It's Thursday. So hi everyone. I think we'll get more. Okay, they're testing the PA system. I don't know, or we're getting kicked out. It's one or the other. So April is National Poetry Month. Very, very important for today's guest.
Yes.
Very important to me because poetry is near and dear to my heart. And I want to read two very positive poems to you, for you, not to you. And it's from my very first book, which was about my cancer journey, called Quiet as a Fire, Silent as a Flame. And can we see it?
There we go.
Okay.
Right
It's
there.
just that the
Okay.
back is a
So,
little blurred.
It's going to be, this May 6th will be 10 years cancer-free. And I am like beyond stoked and happy and blessed and grateful. And I wrote about it in my book, about the journey. And I wanted to read you two poems. So you might be hearing they're showing it.
No, I think we're good.
Okay. So the first one is called Vision. If you turn around and you pick up speed, sometimes the grass, the flowers, and even the birds in the sky meet your glance. And their stare in all its wonder beckons for you. So we have to slow down. There's another one. It's called Let Me Swim. This is actually one of my favorites. And I do swim, so it's very symbolic for me. This was like at the end of the journey. Let me swim. Coolness like a wall, covering my body in wet. Rippling waves, you make me forget. Sound of seashore and wishful whisper, your promise guaranteed. Above all, I feel freed. Let me swim, my final wish. And I need you to tear up. I wanted to read the more positive ones because I have some that are, how do we get back on this? Yeah. Some that are dark. And when I introduce the guest, you'll see why I wanted to do more positive for my poetry today. So today's guest is, I hope I'm saying it right, Darshan Shanti. Was it Darshan G?
Absolutely.
Okay. And
you
he's been a
check
Facebook,
marks because you said both names right.
He's been a Facebook friend of mine, but he's more than that. He's a mutual friend of mine, Mary Martyr, Rochelle Cabran, Franny Sheridan, and some other wonderful people.
Wait, and now me.
And now Sheila Fowler, yes. So despite never having met this wonderful soul in person, we've spoken via audio, text, and on the phone. He's originally from Brooklyn, so when we talk, the New York accents come right out. Plus, he's funny, and he's become a really good friend. So we're excited about him being on our show. And Darshan will share a few poems with us later in the interview, and he will tell us about his poetic journey. He will also tell us about the miraculous recovery he made from an accident. We'll make sure that we cover that in today's interview. But before we start, tell us about when you started writing poetry. Why and when, please.
Well, I started writing poetry in high school, so around 18 years old. And I'll be 57 here in a couple of weeks. So that'll give you an idea, 39 years or so.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you. I just had a gift for putting words together. And most 99.5% of my poems rhyme because to me,
Which is hard to do, by the way.
The words just come to me. The rhymes just come to me. And
I have trouble rhyme, yeah.
It just makes sense. And the way I was taught, like poems rhyme, so I rhyme. And the few times I've ventured off into non-rhyming poems, they're fine. And I like them, but it just naturally, my brain thinks of rhymes.
That's really funny because when because I'm a writer myself, of course, but I write songs in my books, which I just did on my newest book, and I had to go in and I had to rhyme it because that's the way I think as well. It's exactly the same thing that I do. It's just the rhyming thing.
I do once in a while. I think when I'm very emphatic about something, I rhyme. When I write poems for my class, like the bulletin board, I always rhyme because kids need that. But yeah, I used to do like not totally slam poetry, but it was a mix of slam poetry. And I felt like there were some very angry poems that rhymed, but it went with what I was doing. Yeah. But I find it difficult for me to do that. It's interesting how it's easy for some people. For me, it's more difficult.
Well, I've written over 2,000 poems, and
wow.
1,995 of them rhyme.
See, that's it. You're a rhyming kind of guy. So I was going to ask you how many books you published. So, and where are your books?
Well, poetry volumes, they're on Amazon. There's a couple of them. I only put 2 of them together. So they're easy. They're called The Possible You Volume 1 and The Possible You Volume 2. And
I love the title, The Possible You.
yeah,
I love that.
Love that.
because they're all
Yeah,
about
it's so
helping
positive.
people figure out who they are, who
Yeah.
are you, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm playing either with a 3rd volume or a whole completely different thing with like 300 or 400 poems, and
Wow.
I'm debating on what the title is going to be. Something about like Tomorrow's Open Door, something like that. And then it'll have a poem every day that people can read to be uplifted and inspired.
I love that.
Will you read us your poem, the poem Stay, and talk
Yeah.
about what happened with Stay?
Yeah.
Because I'm really, really touched by that one.
Well, thank you. So my main mission in life, and I use poetry, I use humor, I use everything in support of this mission, is to help reduce veteran suicide. I am a veteran. I spent 8 years in the military. And after my accident, which we can talk about, I even have more of a connection. Even though I wasn't damaged in war, I'm still damaged, like my hand. That's what I can do with it now. I almost cut the whole top of it off. So you guys will have to forgive me. I'm a little short-handed at the moment.
Yeah.
I'll get a grip on things eventually.
No.
I
Love the puns.
I think I'm
Great.
handling this quite well.
Keep going, keep going. Do
You
you want
know,
to talk about the accident? Do you want to
they-
talk about it?
Yeah, whatever, it's fine. So 10 months ago, 10 months and a week or so ago, I was in a rollover car accident. It was in the middle of nowhere at about 11 o'clock at night. When I say the middle of nowhere, we were about 100 miles south of the Canadian border in Montana on a 2-lane highway, and saw a deer, and I swerved to avoid hitting it and rolled the vehicle over multiple times.
Oh.
I don't know how many times, because part of it, I think I was knocked out. I know at least twice, because with each roll, I checked in and said, all right, I'm still here. Like, I'm still alive. I knew what was happening.
Wow.
We came to a stop. I don't know. I might have been out for a little bit. I don't know. The next thing I remember is I was driving, and there was a guy with me. It was his vehicle, and I was driving. He had some drinks, and I was driving. I said, don't worry about it. I'll drive. Blah, blah, blah. The rest is history. So I'm trying to help him get out of the car. Now, my head, and I didn't know this, my whole arm was badly broken. And it's kind of hard, but you can see the scar going across. I almost cut the whole top of my hand off. So even though the windows were closed, when the vehicle rolled, my hand came out the window and got crushed. I broke this bone, bunch of bones in my hand and my wrist and my fingers, and my entire arm was road rash.
Wow.
And look at how great he looks now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Amazing.
good. I mean, I have a little bit of use, but not a tremendous. But the good part is I have a functioning hand. Because of my thumb and finger, I can hold stuff tight. So
Nice.
I can pick up stuff, like a remote. I can, but I just can't do as much as I could with it. My thumb doesn't go down, like you see the difference.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
There's the difference.
Wow.
So then I split my head open at the same time. The whole top of the vehicle was covered in my blood. Over 100 stitches. I don't know which side it's. I think it's right there. I don't know if you can see the scar, but it comes down here and it goes all the way back.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
over 100 stitches. Put my head back together. The whole top of the vehicle was covered in my blood. Humpty Dumpty ain't got crap on me, I'm telling you. So I'm helping the guy out. I'm pushing him out with my legs. Then I tried to get out of the side of the car the same way he did. and I'm trying to pull myself up with my left hand, and it ain't working. I'm going, why isn't my hand working? I wasn't in pain. So I said, oh, I can't get out. And I'm telling the guys on the ground, I can't get out. So a guy pulled the windshield apart because it was broken. And I climbed out through the windshield.
Oh.
And it's cold. It's the middle of Montana.
Of course.
It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm shivering. I'm bleeding profusely out of my head. I didn't even know until I put my hand on my head. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it was just covered in blood.
Wow.
And so here's the miracle. Like, God wanted me here for a reason. And I believe it's to help as many veterans as I can to stay. The guy behind us in the accident was an off-duty EMT.
Right?
I mean, what are the odds?
Alignment.
At 11 o'clock at night on a deserted highway in the middle of nowhere.
That is such alignment. I'm going to cry.
I mean, it's just, so he wrapped me up in a blanket and kept me calm because I was shivering. I was scared, of course. And
do you still have flashbacks? Like when you go to sleep?
Yeah, I think about it all the time. In fact,
of course. Yeah.
I haven't shared this on any other podcasts that I've been interviewed about it, but I had 2 pretty bad panic attacks afterwards. And I have a lot of training to control my brain and thoughts, and there was no control in this. I mean,
but that's so understandable.
Yeah.
It's so traumatic. It was a traumatic experience.
Yeah. Oh, it was bad. I mean, bad. So.
Well, we're so happy that you're good now.
Yes,
I am, and I'm very happy to be here. So then through a whole series of stuff, it led me to realize I really want to work with veterans and speak to veterans all across the country. That leads into stay. So would you like to hear it?
Yes, definitely. Please.
So I wrote this. Let me hold it up. I wrote this poem. Let me see. There we go.
Okay.
For veterans. Well, here we go. Suicide is not the answer, and it never will be, because from the past, you can set yourself free. No matter if you're feeling really down or full of doubt, I can tell you this for sure. There is another way out. And even if you're feeling empty or you're depressed, even if you're angry and really stressed, or you're feeling hopeless, helpless, and lost, you've already paid too high a cost. So I only ask this of you today. Please give your life another chance and stay. Because you're worthy, wanted, and your story needs to be told. You're loved, you're needed, and we want you to grow old. You're vital, necessary, and appreciated. You're far too amazing for your life to be abbreviated. You are priceless, an immeasurable treasure. Your value is so immense, there is no measure. You've got this. It's just one small step at a time, and your life can get better at the drop of a dime. So don't ever give up and don't ever give in. Don't let what happened get the best of you and win. So this I promise you from my heart and from my soul. It may not seem like it now, but you have a vital role. And on a final note from a veteran who's just like you, I decided to stay, and I hope you do too.
Beautiful.
Very emotional.
Wow.
Emotional.
Wow. And I can see that that comes from a place deep down.
Yes.
Deep down in your heart. This
personal experience. Yes. I love that.
Now that you said you work with veterans too, that's and were you doing that before the accident as well?
I was, but not to this degree or in this way. And
it's wonderful for me because my sister's a veteran and my grandfather was a veteran. So it's always something very special to me. Like it's special in our family, and I always love hearing from other veterans because of that. Is why we had a few weeks ago, we had Jose on. He's also a veteran who works the same way.
Yep.
I'd love to get the two of you together.
Oh, that would
you
absolutely
work
be
out
connected.
fabulous together.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to watch that
Well, I mean,
show.
we could be Jose and Hose B.
Darshan.
Staring at the insect that's flying around.
You know,
I keep getting bent up.
again, humor is critical. It's critical for my recovery and in
Yeah.
everything I do, because laughter truly is the best medicine.
You're
I agree.
absolutely right. Absolutely right. I mean, I laugh all the time.
Well, they
You
say
probably
it's
see
good
that.
for your body. They say the laughter is like,
Yeah.
it's very good for you. Actually.
What was
It
what was that
is.
phrase? There was like a phrase that it says it takes
The frown, and the
200
frown.
like 200 muscles to frown and only
Right.
15 to
Right, it's
smile.
more effort.
So
to
it's
frown.
there is more effort
Yeah.
to frown, and it's I'm a positive person,
You
so I
are.
know that's kind of that same way, and I
It's
love
only because you're missing a
about
few an electron.
yes.
If you're missing an electron, it means you're positive, because electrons are negative.
That's right.
I'm not always positive. I try. Sometimes I'm just more realistic,
that's
but
why-
you keep me positive, and my friends keep me positive. I'm just very hardcore, I think.
It's okay. We're all who we are, and that's what makes the world go round.
That's right. That's right. And so on another note with your poetry, when you started, I don't know if we heard that. How long ago was it that you started writing it?
When I was about 18 years old.
I'm sorry. That's right. 18.
Yeah.
So
Here's the funny part that I didn't tell. I wrote an epitaph for my English teacher, and the whole thing rhymed, and she read it in front of the class. And
Oh my gosh, that's
I
so
did
cool.
not like her at all.
No.
So it was so cool that she read it
Funny.
in front of,
But as a
because
teacher, I shouldn't say that.
it bashed her bad.
How old were you when you did that?
18.
18.
Oh,
18.
18. Oh,
7,
18-year-olds
close to
don't
18.
listen.
I was nearly graduating high
know
school.
They think they know everything.
Yeah.
And then okay, so let me see. Okay, the poetry market is a bit of a challenging sell.
Yes.
So how do you get exposure for your poetry?
Yes.
Posing nude.
Besides that,
That's how I get the best exposure. I got
Why have I not
careful.
I should have
the
known that
sun.
you were going to put that in there. I should have known when I was putting the question together.
The sun. I have to be careful. No, all kidding aside. Mostly everything I do is on social media.
Okay.
So I've been putting out poems for years and years and years. So I've developed an audience that way. Plus, if I ever go give talks, I share my poems, or when I give talks, I share my poems. And I had a website. I didn't ever really get any traffic to the website. So, but I'm developing again. And now with AI, maybe I can get a lot more traffic. And then people can get the poems that way. Plus, sometimes I set up tables at different marketing pop-up events, and I sell my poems that way as well. I mean, they're all uplifting and inspiring. Even Stay is uplifting and inspiring. Most of them are motivational, inspirational, make you just feel good. That's why I call myself the feel-good poet.
Did you ever write a poem that wasn't inspirational? I just have to ask that. I'm just very curious. We're all putting it all out there, so
nobody's ever asked me that. I love it. No, even the darker ones, or the sad or depressed, whatever, all have a turn in them to take you out of that.
Yeah.
It's just, I can't leave people feeling down, right?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yes.
So yeah, even the darker ones, like, been stuck in a rut year after year, down and out, paralyzed by fear. Like, that's how it starts.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it turns around.
But then it's through the story, it turns around.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you know what? We do that in romance, by the way. That's why every romance book has a happily ever after, and that's it's kind of that same type of thing. You want to come out of it feeling better,
or else you could be your own life, and then
that's true.
It's too real.
But that's kind of the way. That's the kind of the way I write. Even in my mysteries, I always have
read some of her stuff.
Yeah, now you have. I have 35 of them now.
You have 35 books?
35 books. My 35th book will be published next week, so it'll be really kind of cool.
I have 3, but I'm proud of them.
Hey, most people never write one, so you should be happy. I have 2 personal development books that I've written, 2,000 plus poems, 2 children's books. Those are my areas.
I didn't know about the children's books.
The children's book, one of them is called, The Adventures of Home Run Harry. And it teaches little kids like kindergarten, first grade, second grade to believe in themselves by hitting a baseball.
Yep.
And so the whole book is all about that. And
love it.
It's really cool. And then the other one I wrote for a gentleman, it's a book, but it's technically not a published. It's a gentleman, a friend of mine here is a home inspector. And all the kids were like, I wrote this whole poem, which he is also an illustrator, and he illustrated it. And it's a book that he gives to kids so that the house becomes certified monster free.
Oh,
that's cute.
That's great.
Quick question, not to interrupt, but just so people know, the audience knows that you're not around the corner. Like you're not in Miami even, or tell everyone where you are right now.
Yes, no, I live in New Mexico, in Albuquerque, where Bugs Bunny always was supposed to make that left turn.
Take a left turn at Albuquerque. I remember that.
Should have made that left turn back.
Isn't that where the artists are? Isn't that where the artists live?
Santa Fe.
You're close to
about
Santa Fe?
60 miles north of here.
Okay.
Is where a lot of artists are. And
it was when I go there.
There's a lot of famous people that live here. I mean, the climate's wonderful. It's blue skies 310 days a year. I mean, it's just beautiful. The weather, it's dry. I don't know how you guys deal with all that humidity.
The humidity.
Oh, it's so dry. Like it's
but when I lived in Arizona for a year, and people like it's dry, I'm like, so is an oven. You just burn yourself. Put your head in an oven.
Arizona's 115, 120.
It was
degrees.
120 once.
Right.
Well,
here,
117,
here
same thing.
on average, the summer is about 95.
Yeah.
And no humidity. So like you can walk out, you can
I mean that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
That's why it's so beautiful. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, what made you go to New Mexico then? What was was there a draw? Was there a woman? Oh, that's a good one.
You never talk about that.
I don't. You want to get this? Well, yes, there was a woman.
Okay.
And this is going to sound intriguing. There was also a man.
Oh.
In fact, there were 2 men.
Oh.
That would be my mother, my father, and my brother.
I thought we were going for a reverse.
Yes.
Now we should have viewers for that comment alone. I mean, we could go different ways with that. Seriously.
Just like we could have gone when she said about the romance novels, when you said there's always, I thought you were going to say there's always a happy ending.
Yes. Oh, yay.
Not they lived happily ever after.
You're so much fun. You have to come to Florida one day, despite the humidity.
I'm gonna make it this year. Come probably December when you guys are all in coats and I'm in shorts and a t-shirt because it's 75. And yeah. And I'm like, oh my God.
It's like my sister says that to me all the time. You know, my sister lives up in Maine and she says the same thing to me. And I said, yeah, it was in the 60s here. And she goes, 60s?
You said that's summer.
60s.
Not 60s. I have the air conditioning on in my car in the 60s.
Isn't that crazy?
It's funny.
It's like, woo. Anyway, go on.
Darshan, what do you have coming up? You have any events coming up or anything new going on with your books?
Thank you for asking. I am putting together a whole bunch of stuff. There's nothing concrete. How do I say this? So I'm in conversations with a gentleman. I've not publicly announced this. So I guess you guys are going to hear it first.
Okay.
I have a friend of mine who's connected everywhere. And he happens to know the chief the top attorney for the Veterans Administration. He's friends
Okay.
with him. And he's also then the top attorney's friends with the guy who runs the VA.
Okay.
And we're going to work on getting my poem stay in every VA hospital in the country.
That is
What a
fabulous.
wonderful idea.
Oh my God, that's wonderful.
Maybe they'll
Oh,
put a monument there or something.
Yes.
You have to definitely hook him up with
definitely.
Jose.
You
I
and
could see them
Jose
getting
need to
along
get
great.
together. honestly.
Absolutely. You'll have to watch the show that Jose was on. Was it the show before?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
4 weeks ago.
Gotcha. Well,
Yes.
if we can do that, then that'll open the doors for me to go speak at all of the different
Yes.
VAs and talk about suicide. And
Yep.
it's not actually about suicide. How you don't kill yourself is that you start to love yourself.
Yes.
And so many of them have given up hope and they don't care and they don't believe in themselves. And that's my specialty, is to helping people to love and value and cherish and honor and respect and like themselves.
Yes.
Before we say goodbye to you, unfortunately, I have to say goodbye to you.
Can you repeat that? It didn't come through clear.
Sure. Oh, my hand holding.
Yeah.
Could you read another poem to us before we have to say goodbye to you?
Oh, I love he's got
I'm going to read.
that.
Read another one for veterans. Look how cool that looks.
I love the
that.
background.
It's called A Salute to Our Heroes.
Perfect.
So we're going to try and get this one in the VA as well,
Good. Very good.
because it's for every branch. To America's Armed Forces vets, you all are the absolute best. Past or present, in war or peace, you took an oath that will never cease, willingly putting yourself in harm's way while protecting our country every day. Excuse me, because when you're needed to defend, on each of you, we all depend. So thank you for your selfless dedication to our wonderful sovereign nation. And thank you for always answering the call, laying your life on the line, risking it all. And since you know that freedom is never free, you give us all the gift of liberty by serving with honor, pride, valor, and dignity in the branches of the U.S. military. So to all the families who've had to sacrifice, and to all the veterans who paid the ultimate price, and to anyone who's ever stood a post and helped secure our country from coast to coast, you're the real heroes of this great land, and united as one, behind you we stand. In reverence to your service, know this to be true: we the people proudly salute you.
Wow. Wow. I'd be in a t-shirt.
Again, yes. You can put the
Yeah.
picture there on a
On a
t-shirt.
t-shirt.
It'd be perfect.
Yep.
It would be
I-
perfect.
I agree.
Thank you for that. Maybe you guys will have better luck. I put it and it didn't look right.
Didn't look. Oh.
maybe I used bad technology. It was years ago. But I can
You're
try
getting
it
better
again.
with it.
I'm getting
We're all
better.
getting better with it.
You were all
of us
getting
are.
better. Yeah, we're going to take credit for that too. But Darshan, we wanted to say thank you so much for being on our show. Maybe you'll be back. You never know. I could see that happening.
Yes.
And it's great to see you, meet you again. You know,
And when you're here in December, maybe if you're a little closer to
Yeah.
us, maybe we'll all just get
Where
together
is
and
us?
do that.
What area?
We're in the Palm Beach County area.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
Not far from Mary. You know,
No, I was
Mary
gonna-
Marner.
But yes, I helped her change her name. I was the one that inspired her to go by
Oh,
Jody
sorry. I
Coffey.
should.
Yeah.
Jody.
No, that's
Falcon.
fine. I'm going to stay with her.
Oh.
That's
the-
terrific.
Yeah, so I'll be close to you guys.
Okay. Yeah. Very
Yeah.
close.
That'd be perfect.
But definitely the feel good poet. You made us feel good. You make a lot
Yes.
of people feel good. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on our show.
This was my pleasure. You guys are a hoot and a holler. I appreciate it. And anytime you want to have me back, I'm honored to be here.
Oh,
Thank you, Darshan. We
so
love
much.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Be well. See you
I
soon.
promise.
And we want to say thank you again. The best thing about oops, excuse me.
Whoops.
So thank you again, Darshan, and to remove you there. So we're gonna say goodbye now, but we have a great guest in 2 weeks.
Very
Who
excited.
happens to be one of our favorite people in the whole wide world, and her name is Heidi.
Yay.
And
Yes.
Heidi Hess has a great event coming up called Read It, Write It. You need to go see it.
We're both involved with it.
We're both in it. I posted it on our Facebook page. You need to go to that.
And we have a surprise for her about this show.
Yes, we
but
do.
We won't.
And you guys have to watch the next episode because you will love it.
And you'll love her. She's amazing. And she's funny too.
So thank you again for joining us today. And remember, speak easy.
Don't forget to speak easy, speak your mind, and join the conversation. Have a wonderful rest of the week, everyone. Bye.
Thanks. There we go.
See you soon. And remember to join us every other Thursday at 5:30 p.m. and speak easy with us.